Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing
Hello.
well. Carlie and I are back with another collective. I'm gonna let you start, Carlie Cuckoos.
Yeah,
There's some interesting energies, that's for sure, isn't there?
definitely. Definitely. Lots going on. A big shift that I've been picking up
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Big shift.
definitely.
So it'd be interesting if that comes through. Um, sorry, my throat chakra's a bit out, so that's another little bit of a thing that we've got going on at the moment is
Throat
throat chakra
chakra,
clearings. Funnily enough, though, I don't know if you've been picking up on it, but heart chakra
massively
opening.
heart chakra. Yeah,
Oh my God, honestly,
yeah.
like I had it and it's so expansive and it
Mm,
really is like a big opening up to unconditional love for all
everything.
sorts of connection, everybody, yeah. But also like empathy, like so much
Yes,
empathy and compassion's been coming through. So you might feel a little bit on the verge of being overly emotional with this. So bear
yes.
that in mind. Like if you find yourself watching, like I found myself watching things on TV and I'm like getting a bit weepy or
Yeah,
like
and
seeing
or
things on.
songs like emit certain
Yeah, like
energies
it's a
within you. They like
massive,
evoke emotions.
yeah, it's like a massive flow of emotion at the moment.
Yeah,
Um, so that's, you know, and like I say, throat chakra, but throat chakra seems to be happening quite significantly, sporadically throughout the year. I don't know about like
yeah,
I've noticed like we're having pockets of like these big throat chakra clearings.
big
Um,
time, big time.
but I'm picking up on communication coming in. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting to
yeah,
see if
yeah,
that's you know, something that comes through in this reading. So I'm going to start with, we're doing it for divine counterparts. I'm going to start with the divine masculines and then move on to divine femmes and just see what comes through.
yes.
We've got a few interesting cards already. Oh, there's a really good energy with this. Oh my God, it's popping. It's like literally popping. It's so exciting. Um, I genuinely feel like there's a massive transfer. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Oh my God. Sorry, the energy is just insane. It's insane right now. Um, these divine masculines are excited about something. And what's really funny is I was like unconsciously doing a little bit of a divine masculine symbol with my hands then when I was saying that.
Yeah,
They are very excited. They've got some information, spirit saying some information has come out of the woodwork. So these could be divine masculines that are closing out a big cycle. I'm feeling like it could also be information to do with the divine feminine. So maybe they've heard something about their divine feminine that is piquing their interest. So, you know, it could be just some examples to throw them out there. It could be that she's moving closer to them, or she's newly single, or she's I don't know, unblocked them on social media. Like there's a lot. It does feel like there's a lot of possibilities here. But it also feels like this information that they found out could relate to closing out their own cycles. So if they are with a karmic partner, it could relate to how they are moving things along in terms of ending that.
yeah,
Um, and we do have the strength card and the emperor. So it's something that's filled these, actually, the empress, these divine masculines have got some new confidence from this. I honestly get the feeling that they've heard something through the grapevine, or they've spoken to a friend, or they've seen the divine feminine around somewhere, and it's ignited something in them in terms of encouraging them to move things along and move things forward in the connection. We've got the
mm,
nine of wands, so we've had such a difficult time. We've all been royally kicked up the tush this last couple of months. These Pisces season, Aries season, we have just had. So we've had a
my God,
hammering.
kicked up the top. I mean,
We,
that's tame for you,
I know. I thought I did good there. I was.
because normally it's something else that you would say.
Handed on ring to on a plate. Yeah, we've had it. We've had a
Flipping it,
hammering. Let's face
Carlie.
it. Everyone says the same. Everyone's in agreement. We have taken one for the team these last couple of
We've been
seasons and
shattered at the shit pipe. Let's be
left with
honest.
the shit pipe. And I think these
We've pooed
DMs
a
are
plant pot.
feeling it. The food plant pot. all the good stuff. Oh, I could go on. I could say
So
more.
funny.
But no, these divine masculines are definitely, they've taken one for the team. They've been in runner mode, spirit saying, and now they're coming out of that energy and they're like, do you know what? Why am I so scared when I know what this is? And it's quite a beautiful energy because they're excited. And do you know what energy I'm feeling? I'm feeling like summer. It feels like summer. It feels like it's that like,
and it's so warm today as well, so
yeah,
that's not a surprise you say that.
everyone's happy, like there's a cheeriness, but there's also like an anticipation of something. And it's funny, it's like they've tuned in to knowing that they're going to be taking their divine feminine out on a date soon. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah,
It's
I get
like,
that.
you know what, I know I'm going to have a date night soon. And they're excited about it. 3 of Cups, that's my date night card, and I didn't
Meet
even
up.
know that it was down there. Yeah, until I just said that, and then I just thought, oh, 3 of Cups is there. Like, that's my date night card. That's
It's
my
interesting the moon is in that card as well, because I think the new
yeah,
moon in Taurus has been quite transformational for a lot of
yeah,
these masculines.
totally. And do you know what? Honestly, I noticed the moon in a few of the other cards as well, and I was thinking there's been some moon energy has shifted something. The new moon was pretty heavy for me. I was feeling pretty ill and pretty bleak
You
around
were,
the new
bless
moon.
you.
But it feels like since then there's been this massive shift that probably felt like it moved yesterday for me in the energies. And I feel like that's what I'm picking up on is this energy of this runner energy is
Yeah,
it's being removed. There's a
yeah.
strength about it, there's a confidence about it. We've got the Queen of Cups, and it's interesting because I felt like the divine feminines have really hit this place where they're in this really strong feminine energy, this really strong Queen of Cups energy, like embodying their emotions, they're being vulnerable, they're being open, and the masks are picking up on it. They're like, do you know what? Like, they're loving that. They're feeding off that energy. It's like driving them insane. They're going crazy. I've got 3 of Swords in reverse, which is always a good card to see in reverse. I do feel like the end of this fear, it's the end of that fear. It's being removed. It's really
Yeah.
interesting. But with the Page of Wands, it's just getting started. So there's a lot to be said about this. A lot more to come, I do feel. But I do feel like it is the start of something really beautiful and some stable energies coming in. And even energy for communication. We've got alignment, really interestingly. So yeah, I love that we've got that to kind of back that up. And then there's inevitability as well. So it was always going to happen this way. There always had to be these deep purges and these healing cycles. But ultimately, it's coming round to now we're in a new flowy, more beautiful energy. We do have choices at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like there's still going to be some curveballs thrown for these DMs. And they are going to be like, oh God, like they're going to be asked to be brave, Spirit saying as well. And then we've got bonds as well. So they are laying the foundation for these connections to flourish more, which is really interesting.
Do you think, and this is a thought that I've had a few times, do you think, because a lot of feminines are in this real deep surrender mode where they just let go,
Yeah,
do you think that's caused a collective kick at the backside?
massively, absolutely. Because I think for a number of reasons, and something I always say is that when you get into a point where you are surrendering, what you are doing is giving the divine, you're saying, here you go, you do it for me.
White
And
flag.
that gives spirit the
White
tools
cloud.
and
This is a
resources.
flag.
Yeah, the tools and resources to be able to maneuver the chess pieces around the board a bit more. Like if you're holding on to something too tight, you're creating an energy around that where you really want.
Yeah.
And spirit's kind of in checkmate then, because obviously you've got to bear in mind there's soul contracts, there's other people's soul contracts, there's other people's lessons, there's other people's healing. So they are like, right, well, I can't. How can I help? How can I help orchestrate an event? I can't, because they're holding on too tight to that right now. But if you start to let go, spirit can go, right, well, they've let go, they've learned this lesson, they've done this, blah, blah, blah. So I can move the chess pieces now. So that's what I always think with surrender. It's really powerful. It's a power move. It's a power play. If you can surrender, that is a power play. And I think a lot of the divine femmes have been like, maybe got to a place where they are like, fuck this, which fair enough, but it's also taking them to a place where they've moved through the emotions, they've moved through the anger, and they have retreated a bit, Spirit's saying, but they're coming to a place where they are like, oh, right, okay, well, I'm a bit more open to forgiveness. I'm a bit more open to, if this change happens, I can then accept that. Do you know what I mean? So it's a good place to be. It's a painful place, but it does get you to a better place, sort of thing.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that makes sense. But let's see what's going on with the Divine Femmes. Let's see if that reflects what we've just been saying, because I do feel like that is somewhere that a lot of the DFs have arrived at.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if they haven't, like, because there's been some that obviously have moved away. There's been others that have decided they're going to stay, but they're not focused. They're just going to focus on their purpose or what they're doing, or the, you know, whatever's going on in their life. Like,
Yeah.
but ultimately, most of them seem to have come to this place where they are aligning to just having a bigger picture and turning away from the connection and more outwardly, which is interesting. Spirit really didn't. Oh, okay. So we've got 2 of Wands straight away. So, you know, being in charge of your own destiny, being kind of on top of the world, I do think, but also that's a union card for me as well. Then we've got
Yeah, powerful card, 2 of Wands is.
the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. So we've got a lot of Wands energy. There's a lot of momentum building. I feel like the King of Wands in this situation is the Divine Masculine, because they are being quite saucy as well and passionate.
Yeah, I'm getting that as well, to be honest. Yeah, like collectively, I'm
Interesting.
feeling that source energy.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
using it to manifest.
Yeah, it's a good
So,
manifestation. Page of Wands interestingly came out in the Divine Masks portion of the reading. So they are, Divine Femmes are feeling this energy. They're like, something's changed. Something's changed. They're going to do something. They're going to do something. I can feel it. They're going to contact me. Something's changed. They're like, that intuition, that divine feminine energy is really on point right now. So they are, and I'm hearing sparks of excitement. So they could be feeling a lot of sparks of excitement when they're connecting into that energy of their divine masculine. They might be like, oh my God, what is he getting excited? What's he excited about? And they know something's coming. We've got the 7 of Wands. So I'm hearing like they are kind of battling it a little bit, and there's a little bit of a confrontation. It's a bit like, am I actually, is this accurate? Because I don't believe it. It's like a little bit of an internal battle, I do
yeah,
feel.
Femmes. Yeah.
I do feel like they're on the defense a little bit, but I'm hearing source as well. The amount of Wands energy that's here is unreal. There's so many
I'm
Wands.
saying.
Very, very fiery, very passionate, very quick paced energy. I'm loving it. It's really exciting. And I felt that excitement obviously with the divine masculines, and
So
the
they're
divine
mirroring one
feminines
another
tuning
then.
in and they're like, woo, they're like
They're
feeling
mirroring.
it. Yeah. And really, I love this. King of Cups and Queen of Cups.
Oh, so they're on. Oh, so the Femmes are in the heart space, and it sounds like the masculines
Yeah,
are as well.
definitely. And
Oh,
with the Queen of Cups, that did come out in the mask reading, and the divine masculines are like, I love that she's in this heart space. I love that she's heart centered. I love that she's in this Queen of Cups energy. And it's bringing them back to their King of Cups energy.
yeah, yeah.
You know, away from kind of detachment, away from the physical and the practical side of things. And they're going into their emotional space and their heart space. It's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
why we're feeling these heart chakra opening so powerfully, because the divine feminines are leading the way and the divine masculines are following, and both counterparts, they're right here, right now, which I just love. I'm just, spirit is saying to me that these divine feminines need to let go of the worries, because they've got a lot to go on. They've had a lot of information fed through to them through signs, synchronicities, contact with spirit, contact with the DM, telepathy, 5D connection. They have had so much fed through to them, but they're just letting these doubts get in the way at times.
Yeah.
Other cards that I've got is we've got achievement and compassion. So compassion, this is heart center. This is where you need to stay. You need to stay in this compassionate place, in this open, this unconditional love energy. And then we've got achievement as well. So goals are being met, spirit saying to me. You're hitting your targets. you're learning your lessons, you're opening yourself up, you're doing so well. I really wanted to swear then, and I don't know why I stopped. You're doing so fucking well.
There you go, you see.
We've got luck. So you have got some abundance coming in. And I'm looking at the green here, and that's giving like four-leaf clover. So I do feel like there's some serious luck coming in. You might have like some lucky streak with some stuff. It might be about money. I do feel like it's tied to money. But I also feel like it's just pure like fluke. Like you're gonna be like, wow, how did that even happen? Like how did I manage to wing that one? Like there's just gonna be some situations that like let me give you an example. It's quite funny actually. When I was like 19, I believe, I won a trip to Paris on a chocolate bar. Like
Yeah.
but what's really funny is about 6 months later, I won another trip to Paris.
Et Paris? Parlez-vous français?
So like
Oui.
literally I won one trip to Paris and I was like, oh my god, this is like a once in a lifetime thing. This is amazing. I've won it on a Galaxy chocolate bar, no less. Like Galaxy, I love that. I love the like cosmic twist on that. And then 6 months later, I won another trip it was on a competition website.
That's like my brother winning the lottery a while ago. He didn't win loads, but he won life-changing money. And then about a year later, he won another big chunk.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, this is the kind of look I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing you're going to be like,
We all fucking need that, don't we? Bloody hell.
Seriously,
We all need it.
Seriously. And then we've got rebellion, and I feel like this is coming up because Spirit's saying, like, look, you've broken out the mold, you've broken out 3D paradigms, you've stood your ground, you've stood your truth, you've been honest with who you are, you've sometimes had to fight against constructs, you've had to fight against people's opinions, you've had a difficult time with it, you've broken through this massive transformational stage where at times you've been hurt by people's opinions as well of you, and you know, you've maybe been judged harshly. You've had to really fight against what people like, especially for women and feminine energy. It's, you know, we live in a world where we are still oppressed. So I feel like Spirit's kind of saying, do you know what? You have done so good. You've done so good on this journey. You've done so good as a light worker. You've done so good as a woman, and we're proud of you. And here are your rewards. Yeah, that's what I'm getting big time.
I mean, and the way to manifest these rewards or just an abundant life is just to practice gratitude for what you already have.
Definitely.
It's the key, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It is the key. I've pulled some cards. I don't quite know what this is going to be and who this is going to be for, but the first card out is truth, followed by fertility, followed by protection. Now, I am going to be doing a protection ceremony for the collective. I'm going to do it for the collective, so masculines and feminines, because we have been under, as we know, quite some dark spiritual warfare. So I am feeling guided to do that. We've got blessings, we've got career, and we've got boundaries. So this is going to be a bit of a weird channel, and I'm really not sure how this is going to unfold. It feels collective energy, but I think it's more about purpose, especially with the career card being there. It's being grateful for what you already have, but being open to receiving the truth of something that will free you, to make you realize you've actually got the space now to bring in and birth something new. And you've set some boundaries. Some of these feminines have set some very strong boundaries with people. But I don't always think it's feminines. This is a combination reading. It really feels... I'm going to clarify and see. Let's get some clarity. I just saw the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is now at the bottom of the deck. So that could be quite interesting. Because the King of Swords is a logical king, but it's also a truth seeker.
Yeah.
All right, clarify truth. 7 of Cups. Gaslit is the word I wanted to use then. People are realizing where they've been gaslit because they're tuning into their own intuition more and more. And they're realizing where they've been gaslit in their life. You know? Clarify fertility. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't honestly know what's going to come through with this channel, so we're just going to have to go with the flow. I'm not going to resist anything Spirit's trying to push out. That's about protection.
It does sound like you've got some deeper messages going on.
Yeah. I think for a lot of feminines in particular, they're feeling a little bit hard done by the universe at the moment. A little bit like, when the fuck is it my turn? And we can't be like that. We've got to be in this place of, well, everything is unfolding the way it's supposed to. But with protection being clarified by the Four of Cups, that to me is Spirit saying, look, you're divinely protected because that person wasn't the right person for you. And you either have someone in your life already or someone coming into your life who's going to blow your fucking socks off. Page of Wands. Yeah. Get good at practicing gratitude. The confusion is being cleared up. The confusion, Seven of Swords. Oh! And for those who are still working in a 3D existence, a 3D job, some of you are meant to keep in that environment because you're meant to turn things differently from the inside out. In other words, you could be inside a corporate business and change the way that corporate business runs, right? So some of you do have to do it. But with the Seven of Swords, some of you are realizing your career is over and it's time to step into purpose. Clarify boundaries. The Eight of Swords. People who have kept you stuck, people who have projected their egotistical views, people who've projected their fears, their shadow side onto you. You've had to set very clear boundaries with these people, including yourself. This is a deeper message, definitely. But it's also Two of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. There's some balance needed here. There's things that have been out of balance. Queen of Swords. Interesting, we had the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and now we've got this Queen of Swords coming out. You are needing to step into your power more, and some of you are needing to make a decision based more on logic than emotion, because you've been emotional with this other situation that you've let go of, and that the universe has been protecting you from, because there's something better coming for you. But in order to make space for it to be really fully aligned, and for you to birth something new that you're meant to do with regards to some kind of healing modality, for example, they are asking you to cut some stuff out here. The Eight of Cups in reverse and the Tower. Now, the Eight of Cups in reverse is usually a sign something isn't over. So, for some people in this group, I'm going to sound like a fucking broken record in a minute. For some people in this group, something you thought was finished has a rebirth coming. Which is why we've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's something not complete. And with the Eight of Cups in reverse, that is also something not complete. So some of you have a rebirth coming because somebody has gone into hermit mode once you stepped and pulled your energy away. So as I said to you in your channeling, the feminine, it's a similar channel, just a slightly different message behind it. The feminines who pulled their energy back from their counterpart or the person they believe to be their forever person, if you're still meant to be with that person, it will unfold how it's supposed to. However, it's like the masculines in this group have been given a bit of extra time to catch up.
Yeah, I believe. I think it's interesting how your reading is aligning. And I do feel like sometimes they just need that breakaway in order to see the clarity.
They're realizing the clarity with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords, and they're realizing you had to end things this way. You had to move away and make it look like it was done so that this masculine collective would have the kick up the arsehole that they needed. Four of Pentacles, they're still holding on to you. We've got Justice and we've got the Emperor. They're still holding on to you and they want to come back in with justice. Now, for those of you who don't want anything to do with that person, your Emperor is on the way or already in your life. Interesting. The Chariot. See what I mean? It's a mixed bag. You've got some masculines stepping into Emperor energy who have been previously not left out in the cold, but just made to feel like the feminine has gone. So you've got those masculines being given the time to catch up on the train and join the feminines on the train. And then you've got others where the timeline has gone and the divine and God are like, no, you've waited too long. You've taken the fucking piss. This person deserves love. It's not going to be with you. It's going to be with someone more suitable. And let's be honest, your soul will have agreed to this.
Yeah.
Soul contract.
Soul contracts.
Yeah.
Bigger picture mentality.
Knight of Swords in reverse. Ooh. So you've got some masculines where they will take the leap of faith. They are doing the healing work, and they are going to come in back with Emperor energy. And then you've got others where there will be an Emperor aligned to the feminine who doesn't want that person anymore. Wow. Well, where's my Emperor, I wonder?
On his way.
He's on his way, yeah. He's always on his fucking way, but anyway. It is what it is. Everything has to be the right timing, doesn't it? All right.
Yeah.
Let's just see if there's any other messages. That was deep. Let's just see if there's any other messages. Any other messages for the collective watching this? Any other messages? I'm conscious of time. 11:38. Right, let me just get another couple of messages. Any other messages? In fact, let's use these threads of fate because they're just beautiful. Any other messages? Any other messages, Spirit, for this collective? 3 of Wands. Right, so Wands are days as well.
Oh, yeah,
this is also, it can be waiting on the results or something, but I'm getting 3 days with it. High Sage.
It just made me think as well, all that wand energy in the DF reading.
Yeah, Ruler of Wands. Yeah. We've got a Ruler of Wands coming in. Trust your intuition, people. If you think someone's coming back or coming in or aligning with you, trust what you feel. That's too many cards, but I am. Oh, hang on a minute. What we got here? No, you know what? No, that's too many. No, fuck it. I'm taking it. There's 5 cards, but I'm taking them all. The Moon. The 8 of Coins. It will work this time. Interesting. The 4 of Wands. Wand energy. Justice. Wand energy is prevalent here. Ace of Coins. I mean, fuck. This is interesting.
Very. It is very deep.
Okay, let's get some clarity. Clarify the 3 of Wands, please. The 6 of Swords. What, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Right, again, 2 messages coming through. Somebody knows they need to move away from something to be with you. That's coming through very clearly. Somebody knows because you've moved away, they don't want to think of you with anyone else. They don't want you to move away. And with the 8 of Cups and clarifying the High Sage, and the High Sage is the High Priestess in this deck, they know that intuitively you have set back, and it's like, oh my God. But it does feel to me like these Rulers of Wands with the 4 of Swords have been doing their healing work. They have.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the Moon is fearful energy, but it's also hidden energy, clarified by the Lovers. So this person who you believed has walked away because you walked away, rah, 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 whatever the situation, they know that you guys still have something there. There's, in a lot of cases, there's still hope of reunion and union. And if this is somebody new, that person knows there is something with you too. Some of you might have a choice. Be prepared for that. 558 coins. This is interesting. I didn't expect this, to be honest.
No, a lot's coming through, definitely.
Oh, good Lord. The 8 of Coins, the Devil, and the fucking Chariot. There's a lot of sexual energy in that energy. The Devil is not toxic in this case. It's a little bit obsession. This person is a bit obsessed with you. Whether it's somebody new or the other person coming back, these masculines, whoever these masculines are obsessed with the feminines watching this. Same energy. Clarify the what's that? The 4 of Wands. Clarify the 4 of Wands, please. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Oh dear, this is intense. Some of them just know it's meant to be with you. Clarify justice. Well, fuck a doodle do. Clarify justice. No, too many. Five of Swords, High Priestess, and the Hermit. We have two High Priestesses here. So your higher selves are guiding you. Your higher selves are guiding you. You know, the masculines who align with this, you have been doing some inner work here and connecting more to your higher self. Now, your higher self is your future self. Your soul is your soul, right? Why is the Ace of Coins here? The Six of Pentacles. They want to come in and balance. So for the feminines where you've got someone coming back in, they want to come in and bring balance to this connection. For the feminines where you don't want that person, but you've aligned with someone new, or you are aligned with someone new, this person is going to make you realize why it didn't work out with anybody else.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, Three of Swords. Meanwhile, the person coming back, they've felt really abandoned and left out in the cold by you. Sound familiar? Yeah, and they're like, they're quite sad, actually. Like the masculines where you were like, no, I'm done. I can't be arsed with this anymore. They've taken too fucking long. You've now been aligned in some cases with someone else, and that person has made you realise maybe what unconditional love is. Your masculines chosen fear because of their their programming, their patriarchy, their conditioning, and they've really struggled to step into the heart space. And the divine gave them a lot of time to do this. They didn't do it, and that's why you've aligned with someone else. Four of Pentacles. This masculine is still holding on to you, Magician. They're still holding on to you. King of Pentacles and Justice. And in some cases, they will come in with justice if they are brave enough. If they won't, there is another person that God has waiting in the wings for you, that's already aligned if it needs to be. It's like the two are interchangeable almost. Does that make sense? Like, so the masculine where you've moved away from them, in some cases, they're going to come back in and offer you what you want, but you're already going to have someone else there who's offering it. You're going to have a choice. Sorry, fans, but the Hierophant is here, and it could happen in Taurus season. Oh! Anything else before I shut the F up? The Death card, transformation, transition. I mean, this is, and then we've got the King of Pentacles and Justice at the end of the deck. Something's coming. Like, there's a real, I get a bit of a, with the collective energies, I'm getting some who are with, they're not with somebody new, they're aligned with someone new, and it's just not the right time for them to be together, or that's going to unfold in over a period of time. With some feminines, they've aligned with someone and they're dating them and they know that that's their twin. And then with other feminines, they've let go entirely of the other person. And that other person is like, well, I'm not done with you, so I'm going to come back in and claim you. And that steely determination is what the masculines are going to try and use to win the heart of the feminine, who already may have someone else in the pipeline.
It's necessary.
Page of Cups. They're going to have to roll the fucking red carpet out for someone to listen to them. Empress. You're in Empress energy. You are done chasing. And with this Emperor energy, I nearly said then. Well, I did say Emperor energy. You've aligned with an Emperor in a lot of cases. And the masculine that you let go of is aware you've aligned with someone else. And they're like, I'm not done. I'm not done. But, you know, it will take the time it takes. I mean, obviously don't practice attachment to any of this. But you will be with who God needs you to be with to do your mission, because ultimately it's mission work that twins are here for and divine counterparts are here for. It's mission work. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's that. I'm going to shut the F up. Carlie and I are doing our telepathy workshop, the second one, on the 10th of May, 7 p.m. Daylight Saving Time. Please message us if you're interested in joining. I know the group who were with us the first time round on the 26th of March will most likely want to join again because you've been working through your worksheets. If you still wish to purchase a recording of it, you can do so in my bio. Just message me and let me know. And yeah, that's that. I'm going to shut the fuck up now. Right, hang on. Let me just, is there anything else I want to say? No, I think I've covered everything. Oh yeah, our cards. Quick, we need to do a bit of a plug for our cards.
Right.
We do need to say something about our cards. So, people, we have some cards.
The stories. we've had them in the stories, haven't we? And I did a reel the other day. We've got Oracle deck. So it's 90 cards. It's a big whopper.
That is massive.
We're going to be doing a bit more in the stories, aren't we, over the next few days? So we're going to be putting them out there, and we're actually doing we're going to do some polls to see what everyone thinks. So you're going to see some more previews, but also we're doing a little bit of a game, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
build some excitement.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to blare the cards out on a few occasions and ask you guys to guess what the card is, and you could be in with a chance of winning 10% off the deck. So
definitely,
just pay attention. We're going to be dropping the hints in our collective videos, so watch out for that. And we will put the actual card in the story. So you're going to have to obviously look in the stories, then go back to the collective and comment on the video what you think that card's about.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. But stay tuned for that over the next couple of days, because that's going to be out there. And like I say, we're going to have a few more previews, but we are going to start taking pre-orders, aren't we?
Yes.
Over the next week or so, we'll start taking. So if you are interested, I mean, obviously, you might want to see a few more previews of the cards before you put your name down. But it's a whopper of a deck, isn't it?
It's a whopper of a deck. There's a lot of interpretation on them as well. Like when you look at pictures, and they're beautiful cards. They're stunning.
I think there's so much to be, like you say. We've got the wording. We've got like a little sentence underneath.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interpretation to be had. So if you are a reader and you are using these cards, you can take it in so many different places. You can take it in so many different directions. They're going to be like a real, a pretty amazing tool to use alongside with your tarot cards. And
oh my god, they're going to be incredible. We love Oracle, don't we? We always use the tarot to clarify them. So but you could do it the other way around. You could clarify the tarot with an Oracle deck.
Yeah, but like we're saying, you're probably going to see more of them over the next week or so. And if you are interested in pre-ordering, just message me or Zoe, and we can add your name to a list. Because we're going to put in a shipment out soon. So exciting, really exciting.
It's exciting. We've got lots of things planned.
Lots.